How's it going, everyone? Chris here, and welcome back to another breaking Nintendo news. In today's video, we are actually going to be taking a look at Miyamoto's thoughts on streaming video games as well as online play as a whole. So this article comes from gamesindustry.biz and it is titled, Shigeru Miyamoto, Games Will Still Be Fun Without Streaming. Legendary Nintendo designer says it may look like we're falling behind, but platform holder is still keeping up with new tech like VR. Leading Nintendo figures have agreed that cloud gaming is likely to have a big impact on the industry, but it sounds like the Mario Maker is determined to keep doing its own thing. During a Q&A with shareholders at the Platform Holders AGM, veteran designer Shigeru Miyamoto discussed his views on streaming, virtual reality, and online play. I think that cloud gaming will become more widespread in the future, but I have no doubt that there will continue to be games that are fun because they are running locally and not on the cloud, he said. We believe it is important to continue to use these diverse technical environments to make unique entertainment that could only have been made by Nintendo. He noted that the number of people playing Nintendo games now, even on other devices, is growing, revealing that Super Mario Run has passed 300 million downloads. The fact that we've reached such a market means that opportunities for us are greatly expanding, so we would like to work on more and more unique projects. He also assured that we have not fallen behind with either VR or network services, pointing to the release of the Nintendo Labo VR kit earlier this year and assuring that the firm has been experimenting with this tech from the very beginning. Because we don't publicize this until we release a product, it may look like we're falling behind, he admitted. Nintendo president Shuntaro Furukawa said he doesn't expect all games to become cloud-based anytime soon, but acknowledges that the technologies are definitely advancing. We see a future where cloud and streaming technologies will develop more and more as a means of delivering games to consumers, he said. We must keep up with such changes in the environment. That being said, if these changes increase the worldwide gaming population, that will just give us more opportunities with our integrated hardware and software development approach to reach people worldwide with the unique entertainment that Nintendo can provide. Senior executive Ko Shioda added the company is also investigating the possibilities afforded by 5G as the technology rolls out around the globe. Subscriptions also came up, with Furukawa acknowledging that this was a particularly hot topic at E3. He noticed that subscription services are becoming common in all sorts of industries, not just the games industry, and notes that Nintendo already offers one in the form of the NES games available to Switch Online subscribers, of which there are now more than 10 million. We believe that we need to further enrich these sorts of services in the future, he said. Nintendo's policy is that we will consider whether each product we offer is suited to a subscription model as we expand our business in the future. However, Furukawa would not comment on whether other past systems would be added to this service. Elsewhere, the Nintendo president was asked whether we can expect to see Switch sales drop off given that they did for the Wii at this point in its life cycle. He said the Switch's install base is actually accelerating and is confident the lineup seen at E3, including Luigi's Mansion, Pokemon, Animal Crossing, and a sequel to Breath of the Wild, supports our expectation of further growth. He also confirmed a new Nintendo store will be built in Tokyo's Shibuya Parco shopping center that's due to open in November, and that details for the Switch's launch in China have still to be determined. So now that we've gone over the entire post, let's talk about it a little bit. So usually I don't go ahead and do discussions with breaking Nintendo news, but I feel like this is important enough for us to talk about. Now, there have been a ton of rumors that Nintendo has been thinking about just giving up on their home consoles and going ahead and focusing on the mobile market. I mean, obviously, as of now, the Nintendo Switch has sold somewhere around 20 million units, and that is absolutely phenomenal, especially when you consider that the Switch has a $300 price tag. However, Super Mario Run, which is a game that you can download on your phone, has already sold over 300 million units. Now, I don't know if you guys understand that, but that is a whole lot of people downloading this game. Now, one of the things that I talked about in a Pokemon video a while back is that actually that Pokemon Go is one of the biggest money makers for the Pokemon company as a whole. Pokemon Go at this point in time has been out for about 3 years at this point, and since then it has made up 5% of Pokemon's total revenue over the last 20 years. Like, you guys gotta remember, 5% may not seem like a lot, but considering Pokemon is a million or billion-dollar company, 5% is a absolute large amount, especially considering like games like Emerald and Ruby and Sapphire are not accounting for that much stuff. Also, you have to take into consideration that Game Freak has other projects that they work on, like Town for the Nintendo Switch and other stuff like that. So obviously, mobile games are a great way for companies like Nintendo and Pokemon to make a ton of money. Now, one of the things that I found very important about this article, especially considering Nintendo Switch's online's terrible service, is that Shigeru Miyamoto said that games, some of them are just meant to be played locally, and honestly, I couldn't agree more. Look at it like this: if you guys have played Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, then I am sure that at some point you guys have experienced terrible lag. Now, this is also spread over to other games like Splatoon 2, and especially with Super Mario Maker 2. If you guys don't believe me, boot up your Switch right now and then go to play Super Mario Maker 2 on your Nintendo Switch using the network play. You will find that it is absolutely lag infested, which honestly is something that isn't good at all. Now, I understand where Shigeru Miyamoto is coming from, and honestly, I wholeheartedly agree. Games like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate are games that are meant to be played locally to avoid lag, especially at a higher level. I mean, could you guys even imagine a high-level Super Smash Bros. Ultimate tournament that takes place online? There are just so many things that could go wrong with this, especially considering, once again, the online service is just so laggy. I mean, honestly, considering that Nintendo Switch Online is so terrible, I could see Nintendo using that as a selling point for their mobile games. I mean, look at it like this. I'm sure at some point, everybody who is watching this video has experienced Pokemon Go. Have you guys ever experienced lag in Pokemon Go? Because personally, I have not. The reason that Nintendo Switch Online is failing right now, and I understand that this is kind of going off the rails and getting into kind of a rant video, but this is definitely important. One of the reasons that Pokemon Go is so successful is because everybody also has access to it. Now, obviously, yes, not everybody has a smartphone, but most people in the United States at the very least do, so all of them have access to this free app, Pokemon Go, and a lot of them download it because it's extremely popular and extremely fun. Not everybody wants to go out or can go out and spend $300 on a Nintendo Switch and then an extra $60 on a game like Mario Maker 2 or Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so Nintendo switching over to the mobile market honestly is not a bad idea at all. Personally, once again, I never want to end up seeing this happen. I think that Nintendo games are always meant to be played on consoles, but from a business standpoint, I think that if Nintendo doesn't at least start making some strides towards it, they are kind of missing out on a huge amount of money that they could be making. I don't know, guys, maybe I am just taking this way out of proportion, but considering I'm a YouTuber that has to analyze basically everything that Miyamoto or any of the higher-ups at Nintendo say, I do have to take a look at this a little bit more critically. The final thing that I want to go ahead and say is, going back to that quote, the fact that we've reached such a market means that opportunities for us are greatly expanding, so we would like to work on more and more unique projects. To me, that just sounds like they are going to start working on games in the mobile market. I mean, Pokemon Go and Super Mario Run are extremely successful, and pretty soon, we are going to see Mario Kart Tour released worldwide on our smartphones. I mean, if the game is only $1 or $5 or even $10 on your phone, why would you go ahead and spend the $300 on a Switch and then $60 on Mario Kart if you could just have it on your phone for like $10? Like, I think that Nintendo is being extremely smart about this, even though I may not particularly like it. However, guys, with all of that being said, let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section down below. Also, guys, don't forget to check out the description as well as the pinned comment for links to all of my other social media presences, such as my Twitter, Patreon, and Discord. And also, guys, go ahead and check out the description because there is a link where we are going to be doing a Nintendo eShop gift card giveaway over on my girlfriend's channel, Rebecca Lee. Guys, honestly, I don't think it's ever going to come to a point where we stop seeing home Nintendo consoles, but I definitely think that it's something to be wary of. once again, it's a lot cheaper for Nintendo to make a game like Super Mario Run than it is to make Super Mario Maker 2, and if it got over 300 million downloads, Nintendo has probably made a boatload of money off it. Even if only 1% of the people that bought this game, 1% of 300 million, bought the $10 pass to play the rest of the levels, then yeah guys, they made a lot of money on that, and they might have even made more than Mario Maker 2. So at this point, I just have a feeling that Nintendo is going to focus a lot more on mobile market. However, let's just hope they keep their home consoles, because that is what us true Nintendo fans love. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, share, and like, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.